UFC Fight Night Paris takes place this weekend, and I'm going to be breaking down not just the main event today, but also the co-main event, because I want this video to be longer than 1.5 minutes. So I'm going to give my thoughts, breakdowns, and basically just my prediction on who I think is going to win the fight. We're going to get started with the main event of Nassourdine Imavov versus Caio Borralho. Borralho is the slight favourite going to this. He's a very slight favourite over Nassourdine Imavov. It's a close fight. It's a difficult one to predict. Personally, I see Imavov winning this one, though. Yes, Borralho is the better grappler. I don't see him getting Imavov down. I don't see him just shooting a double leg. Oh, Imavov's down and he's passing into side control. I don't see that happening. And on the feet, Imavov's got really good boxing. Obviously, he's coming off that win over Israel Adesanya. When you watch that finishing sequence against Adesanya, because he has short arms for his build, he's 6'3", only a 75-inch reach. It means his boxing is tight. He lands the overhand against Adesanya and he's closing the gap straight away. He's in there, and he's in there with a shovel punch, and that's what puts Adesanya out. You watch the Cannonier fight. I know you can say early stoppage. Yeah, he caught him with the overhand right, which seems to be a big part of Imavov's game. But the moment Cannonier starts trying to back up, Imavov's touching his gloves together and he's closing the distance. Because he's used to boxing with short arms, the moment he hits you with anything of substance, he's in there again. He's throwing combinations. Borralho won't have really any time to breathe in the boxing combinations with Nassourdine Imavov, meaning that he's going to probably end up panic shooting a takedown at some point, which Imavov will just shuck off. Good takedown defense from Nassourdine Imavov. On top of that, he's not necessarily a bad grappler either. I can see the first 3 rounds of the fight being pretty close, but I think Imavov will just pull away because the way that he fights and the way that he boxes, he doesn't really give you time to breathe while on the feet. Because once he lands that 1 or 2 big shots, he's closing the distance immediately. And then he's back on you again, he's back on you again, he's back on you again. And I think that'll be too much for Borralho to deal with, and I feel like he'll get him out there late round 3, early round 4 via a TKO finish. And that's my prediction for this fight. I think Imavov, he's going to catch him with, I'll say the overhand right, because that's the biggest part of Imavov's game. That's how he puts people out. Overhand right, and then think Borralho's going to get stung a little bit. Imavov is going to close the distance. He's going to start throwing combinations, a few rips to the body, 1 or 2 to the head. Borralho is going to stumble back against the fence, and I think Imavov gets a TKO round 4 up against the fence against Nassourdine Imavov. Moving on to the co-main event, Benoit Saint-Denis versus Maurizio Hofi. Maurizio Hofi is the favourite going to this one, rightfully so as well. Benoit Saint-Denis, he is a pressure grappler. He will try and take Hofi down, try and wear on him a little bit, and that could work. We haven't seen Maurizio Hofi against a pressure wrestler like Benoit Saint-Denis before. That being said, Benoit Saint-Denis cannot get this fight to the ground within 2 minutes. It is wrap. He doesn't move his fucking head. He doesn't move his head, has this slow-ass body kick that he keeps throwing for no reason. Against Moicano, he throws the body kick against Moicano, he's on it straight away. Moicano's on the body lock, straight onto the body lock against Benoit, takes him down. Beats up Benoit Saint-Denis, we all saw that first round. Very, very dominant round for Moicano. Against Prepelec, brother, Prepelec comes in, huge underdog against Benoit Saint-Denis, and I know Benoit got him out inside round number 1. Fuck, he didn't, he got him out in round 2. Benoit Saint-Denis got him out in round 2 with an arm triangle. Kyle Prepelec. It took Benoit Saint-Denis 7.5 minutes to get him out. And I know Benoit Saint-Denis is he's not necessarily a one and done, submit you in round 1 type fighter, but a guy who is as slow as Benoit Saint-Denis, he is so slow on the feet. And then you look at a guy like a Maurizio Hofi, in, out. He's like a young Conor McGregor. Speed, he's fast, spinning wheel kicks. His straight right's beautiful as well. I can see Benoit Saint-Denis just plodding forwards, eating big shots from Maurizio Hofi. And if he can't get the fight to the ground, or he can't try and wear on Maurizio Hofi and try and dull that power and that fast twitch muscle fiber of Maurizio Hofi, this will just be a round 1 KO, where Benoit Saint-Denis has just been flatline KO'd. Unless if he can't get this fight to the ground, which I don't think he will. And even if he does, I think Maurizio Hofi is good enough to just scramble out of bottom position. Maybe even end up in top position and start getting some ground and pound of his own. I can see a round 1 KO via like a straight right hand down the pipe, or a left hook as Benoit Saint-Denis comes in. He plods forward, he throws like a right hook. Maurizio Hofi comes out to the left hand side and catches him with a check left hook. I can see that happening as well, putting Benoit Saint-Denis down. Similar to what he landed against Lontop, the no-look left hand that he landed. So I think Maurizio Hofi, round 1 KO. Benoit Saint-Denis could try and wear on him with some grappling, but so there are my predictions. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.